SpeedCreate. Come on, gather friends, we're going to create some distant lands. Me in the sky and no one else. The fun will never end. It is SpeedCreate.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 9th episode of SpeedCreate. I'm Iniska, and you are a person, and I will be talking and awesome stuff, intros. In this episode, we are doing scenery, as usual, yay! What else, always scenery to do, always something with scenery to do. For like 5 episodes in a row, I'm sorry. Yeah, next SpeedCreate thing I will totally maybe change my sort of, I don't know, it's really nice to do everything gameplay at once, but it's not really fun to watch in my opinion, or to comment, because I want variation. So maybe I'll switch it around next episode and do some gameplay and then do some scenery and then gameplay, but whatever, we'll see. In this episode we'll do scenery, I said that, but I didn't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the Create Marathon, which finished this Sunday. And you can remember the last episode, before this, episode 8, I talked about the Create Marathon as well, but that was before I had actually done it, so I sort of want to follow up with some thoughts on how it went, and how the level was received and stuff like that. So the Create Marathon itself went very good, I think. The levels we made were very nice. Both Flimsy Springs and Wiggly Pistons level were very nice. The other team sort of focused on a lot of story. Like, I think we spent like at least 35% of our resources or whatever, a lot of our resources on story. I sure spent a lot of my time on that, and I think other teams did as well. Just trying to make it work and piecing it together. And there were a lot of cutscenes and dialogue we didn't use also. And a lot of story discussions, which was nice to see. But the other team focused more on sort of delivering a very, very solid gameplay experience and some nice scenery. So, you could say that maybe their focus was better invested. Because our level is sort of, it has a weird story and it's pretty funny. So I'm really happy with it now when change how it is right now. And while their level is more basically fun in the way you expect a Little Big Planet level to be. So being fun with gameplay. So both levels are good, and it was fun to see also because both levels also got team picked. So thanks for that, Steven, if you're watching this. Steven is the dude who picks all the levels, you should know that. So, it's pretty fun to see. And apparently all creators who joined in also got a team picked pin. I already had one because I'm so cool, but it's really nice to see that everyone gets in and gets to eat the cake. So it was also very fun to see. So overall, really, really successful marathon. Both teams cooperated pretty nicely and made an awesome level. 2 awesome levels in 24 hours, so that's nice to see. Here we have some random Sax joining me. I can't remember who it was. Probably CDC and maybe Komodo Brothers. I don't know, man. Some cool dudes. It makes me pretty happy to see a Create Marathon turn out so well. That's cool. That's nice. I will say though, I was the group leader for Group 1. In Group 1, after Group 1 there's Group 2 and Group 3, so Group 1 basically is in charge of considering and designing the theme and sort of the gameplay themes. So it's like, from that point everybody else sort of have to deal with it, which is, it's not really ideal. But anyway, I was group leader for Group 1 and we had to come up with a theme and get the level started so we could get some stuff in there, and I was like, okay, let's do a love story, herp a derp, and I was like, okay, and I was like, I have a bunch of random gameplay here, we could do that, and I was like, okay, and then I was like, love story between gardens, there's a king and queen there, we could use that, and then like an LBP character, and then someone was like Clive, and I was like, yeah, so I don't know. In the end, I think I decided way too much on the level. I made too many decisions. I would have I don't know. Next time I will stay more in the background and whatever, do some gameplay or whatever, some silly characters, because I don't know. I always end up being too stressed and making too much stuff in these marathons. It's like I'm kind of regret it, because it's like supposed to be a 100% team effort, and I just did too much, man. I can say that. I had gameplay planned beforehand, like just in cardboard, whatever, because I'm like, oh my god, great marathon! If we plan gameplay, we can make a totally good level and focus on stuff while doing the gameplay and blah blah blah. So I had a bunch of bouncy gameplay planned in my head, so it was really fast to create, and that allowed me to do both a bunch of gameplay and a bunch of story making. So it was like, yeah, in the end I influenced level way too much, and it became too much me and too little a mix of others. So I'm sorry about that, but at least I didn't kill anyone or whatever. At least we got that. Would have been pretty bad if I like accidentally murdered someone. That'd be worse than accidentally creating too much. So I don't know. I think it's not really a huge sin I've done, but you know, just something to think of next time, not to overdo it. You know. So just wanted to put that out there. Sorry guys, but we did okay. I think we did good. And I also want to talk more about my new project that has nothing to do with this video. Yeah, I'm sort of out of stuff to talk about when it comes to this level for now, while I'm doing this scenery stuff. You know, I don't really know what I'm doing either. I'm sort of just doodling and seeing what works. And I don't really have any super cool tips for doing scenery either. I mean, people know how to do scenery anyway. You guys don't need my help with that. So I don't know. I want to say I have any cool stuff to say in terms of scenery. So I'm going to talk about my new level instead. Yay! Cheap promotion. Nah, but I'm kind of excited about my new level. I've been continuing my creating on it, and it's looking pretty interesting. I have been over the past like few weeks. Once I decided, like, all right, you're going to be in some sort of city. I've been like, okay, how does this city look? What kind of people live in it? What do they live off, these people in the city? Like, how is the economics structured? And what do they do in the free time? What do they do in the daytime? What do people even work with, man? So it's like, I've been considering a lot of that stuff, and I've been starting to make the world now, and I still haven't figured everything out, but I have figured out a basic plan of how things will turn out and go. Like, well, first sacrifice the city, and then some exploration, then this scene happens that I will do somehow, and then this scene happens, and so on and so on and so on. So you know, that's pretty cool. What am I doing here? I think I plan to sort of get some Nistar and CDC join me, by the way. I think I'm planning to get some sort of extra gameplay in that scene, but I never really did it, so that's a shame. But whatever. So like, man, I had the level like open right now. I can just look at it. So like, yeah, I'm creating this world, and I'm trying to sort of figure out, you know, what kind of people live in it, and why do they do it, and what are their intentions, and what are their reactions to what Saki does. And I don't want to spoil what Saki does and how the story will pan out. Actually, I don't want to spoil that to you, but I have a basic idea, and I'm very sort of excited to get that going and create the level. So I'm both mixing some interesting, simple gameplay with some interesting storytelling stuff that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So you know, it's a lot of fun to create on. I'm just so excited. And I think you guys will enjoy it a lot. I think it'll be right up your alley, especially if you're a fan of the older LBP levels in LBP Plan 1 of that style. I think you'll enjoy it. There's a lot of sponge in there and stuff like that. So that's cool. That's something I'm excited for. Yeah. And now our slightly shorter than normal episode of SpeedCreate is actually coming to its end. I know it's been so little time. Episode's been mostly focused on the Crate Marathon and my thoughts on that and my errors. I gotta analyze that, man. Gotta analyze so I can improve next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode of SpeedCreate. And yeah, I will talk more about actual level creating and get into that stuff next time. I like to keep it varied, so that's cool. I will see you next week, cool person. And yeah, that's about it. Have a good week and have a good day and a good life. Oh yeah, goodbye. Boop, boop, boop.